Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today, really exciting, we're going to do a reading, well I'm excited. We're going to do a reading about your gifts, so gifts that are opening up, or even gifts that are about to open up for you. So today I'm going to use the crystal cards and we'll grab 4 piles. Pile 1. 2, 3, okay, and 4. All right, let's move these around. So let's take a look at what we have today. So for pile 1, you have Selenite with psychic insight, blessings, fidelity, and deep connection. Okay. For pile number 2, you have Ruby with increased abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, light of the soul. Okay. For pile number 3, you have clear quartz with psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, magnified energy. All right. And for pile number 4, you have rose quartz with unconditional love, romance, nourishing, and soothing. Okay, so these are your 4 piles for today. Feel free to take your time, pick whichever ones call out to you or whichever one. I'll leave timestamps down below so you can go straight to your video. Otherwise, I will get into the shuffling process next, so I will just leave you here to decide your piles. Hello everyone, welcome to the shuffling process. So let's get into it. So yeah, this was an interesting one. The reason why I'm excited about doing this reading is because I always will ask or check in with my guides, see what intuition, like what I intuitively get hit with. Sounds like I get smacked, but like just whatever comes to my mind of what kind of readings for the collective. And there must be a lot of people doing readings for like gifts and love and romance and that kind of thing. So I don't really get a lot of those kind of readings. It'll just be a kind of guided reading by, you know, potentially an angel or a guide or even an archangel. But I'm excited to do something about gifts. So it's nice to be able to give a more, you know, exciting kind of reading, something good for you. Something that you kind of either strive towards or wanted, and that's coming in, or you may already have it and just potentially haven't tapped into it yet. So let's see what cards we're going to pull today. I didn't even mention, but Selenite coming out. I have a Selenite rod here, just chilling. I generally will have something. Looks a bit different to this one. The Selenite in the picture, even though you can't see it right now, feels like it's, what do you say? It must be raw? I have no idea. I haven't seen raw Selenite. It's always been in like a wand or a kind of like, you know, they carve it into a blade. Alright, so what gifts are opening up or available to everyone today? Okay. Pile 3. So I've asked my team to just assist with this reading today, my guide team. Not really to dictate it, just to ensure that the message is received clearly. Alright, so gifts. Each pile. But I do like the cards that came out. I kind of do feel like, honestly, before I start even reading anything, I was like, gifts, and it did feel like abilities, or even, you know, sometimes it doesn't have to be some fancy or some, you know, up in the sky kind of magical ability. There's magic in everything. There's kind of magic in love and life, etc. Okay, these may come up reversed. I haven't actually checked. If that does, that's fine. They may have a message reversed. That's okay. Doesn't mean it's better, worse, or anything. Okay, so a message for each pile. Okay, good. I think that one was kind of calling for pile 1 quite a bit, so I will take the message. I've actually been listening to trance music, like electric. What do they call it? Electric dance music a lot, and I don't listen to that generally, or haven't since I was maybe in my 20s. So that is a long time ago. Well, it was a while ago. Probably over 10 years ago. Anyway. It's been really kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like, just reminds you of going out and enjoying life. So, that has been cool. Right now, though, I'm listening to more chill music for this reading. Okay. Alright, let's give you those two. The gift that is coming in or already here for each pile. I think I've got into a routine of using around, you know, including the pile picked cards, about 6 oracle cards, and then 2 piles, 2 from 2 different tarot. It seems to have worked out a lot easier, I believe, or like for me to understand and read the cards. But it doesn't always have to be like that. It just feels the most natural. I feel like that will change as I kind of progress with readings. And that's fine. I'm very open to things changing, to beliefs changing, to ideas changing. That's fine. I feel like these gifts, sometimes it's just harmony and balance is like the gift. It's more of a gift than having some kind of superpower. Do you know what I mean? Like just the gift of peace. Even like worldly peace and harmony and happiness would be better than anything else. Like this reading is personalized, of course, for you and whichever pile. Because obviously it's open, so there's going to be details that are going to be more attractive or drawn to by each person that reads or watches, rather. Okay. So, okay, I think I've got our first two. These feel like they go together. Yeah, these two go together as well. Okay. Okay. Alright, and lastly, this pile, this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. What message does, not really message, but what gifts are opening up or available now for each pile, each person that picks the piles? Nope. Okay. So that concludes the shuffling process. So this time, because I know these are little cards, I've actually left a little bit of space so I can grab them because they're so tiny. It's really interesting. When I first started to read, I was drawn to the crystal cards and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to use these. But they became perfect because I didn't think I was going to be doing YouTube for tarot. I didn't even know it was a thing. Or I wasn't clued into it, like thinking about it. So it's just really interesting that now these are like the perfect cards because people like to pick by crystals and card messages, and there's messages here, and there's also obviously a crystal or a gem without having to go out and grab you know, a ruby or a quartz or rose quartz or selenite, even though I've got these three. I don't have a ruby, unfortunately. Anyway, so down below in the description will be the timestamp so you can jump straight to your video. Otherwise, I will see you in your reading. Hello, part number 1. So today you've chosen the Selenite. Has the messages of psychic insight, blessings, fidelity, and deep connection. Really interesting when we're talking about a gift that's opening up or that you already have now that you can tap into. It's the psychic insight and blessings. This is a blessing, right? This is a blessing like reading. And also I do have a selenite here. So very interesting. I've never seen it like this. So I'm assuming this is like raw selenite. And this is the cut version of it. Alright, so we'll leave that there. We'll have a look at your cards today. Okay. So you have Master Jesus with forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Okay. Jesus coming out for the reading. I might just move this down a bit. Okay. Alright, this one had 2 of these cards. So we'll see how it fits. You have Inner Earth, Base Chakra, Strength and Security, Laying Foundations. Does feel like straight away like stability is available to you. Straight away it's just like stability. And how do you do that? By moving on from whatever was to what you want to build. This is a blessing for sure and a gift for sure. Oh wow, okay, great. You also have Akashic Gateway, Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. It's really nice. Just move that there. Yeah, you also have a journey guide, travel, change in location. Look at that, with no wrong path. You're doing there's some kind of shift, and also 22 there. You have intuition with the owl, really interesting. Again, psychic insight. It is kind of like your intuition, trusting your mind, your gut, whatever, you know, however it comes through. Sometimes it comes through the heart space, sometimes it comes through the head, sometimes it comes through like the base. It can come through however it comes through individually for you. We do have a little owl, which kind of reminds me of wisdom as well. And you have reflecting pool with stillness. I really like this, as you can see the swans here. She's looking in, and the reflection of what she sees, what she's like envisioning. You're getting what you have envisioned, whether this is a more calmful, peaceful, beautiful self, like from inner self. It's obviously going to be up to you and like individual for each person. Okay. So I think I'm going to get all the cards out before I start, because I felt like I was going to start talking, but I'll just flip the cards first before I get too excited. Okay, look at that. Reflecting pool, right, with the 6 of water or 6 of cups. Children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, a return of people or romances from the past, romanticizing how things used to be. Okay, so definitely some kind of reflection, like there's movement here, a change out of the old energy, out of the past, and moving on. And what do you do? What do you do? Where do you go? Trust your intuition, because that is your gift. That feels like this is the gift. And what you do with it is your blessing. It's like you have this gift and you have the blessings. Okay, yep, got to put in the work. You've put in the work. Also, you have not just done the work. Sorry, I'm just going to keep moving these. I just don't know if I'll have enough space. I decided to pick the chunky tarot cards today. But you have the 8 of Pentacles, which is the 8 of Earth. Talking about learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail, skilled work that you love. Really nice. Yeah, doing what you love. Yeah, you can kind of see that. This is a little bit, probably a bit blurry anyway, because my quality isn't always on point, unfortunately. Eventually we'll get there. You have the 6 of Swords. Wow, there's so much movement here. It's like, while it's reflecting and remembering and envisioning, it's taking those shifts, because you've got, just right in the intuition, like centering the intuition, you have the no wrong path, aligning with purpose, like what do you want to do? And then you've got changing location, 6 of Swords, moving from the old to the new. It might be moving from something that wasn't fair or wasn't great, or even just was mundane. Perfect. And finishing off your reading, you have the 10 of Pentacles. So what do I see for you, part number 1? Right now, really interesting. It's like blessings. The blessing or the gift is the blessing of the ability or the opportunity of, if you have already, because this is a little bit like either coming in or you already have it. Maybe you've already moved on from, you know, the past here with potentially father healing, right? But it doesn't have to be. It can be someone else or like another person. Also, I just want to interrupt myself by just saying the song playing was Chasing Your Dreams or Chasing the Dream, something like that. It just skipped to a new song, which is funny because it's called One Too Many. Making sure just with that song coming through, it feels like whatever dreams you do have, like there might be multiple dreams, right? What ones are truly in alignment with your heart? What gives you purpose here with the Akashic Gateway? What is coming from your center? It does say you're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Forgiveness is hard because it taps into what we've gone through, and no one can understand it exactly the same as you. People might go through the same situation, even be in the same, like, you know, it might happen and there's a whole bunch of people around that see it or go through it. But your experience is your experience, and how you cope or deal with it is your path, your own personal path. And it does feel like the blessing or the gift is an opportunity to move from that. If you have already, now it's time to understand what do you envision. This is revisiting old dreams, and that really shone out. What are you going to put your efforts into? Change location, switching, going through a door, not being afraid, because it's like no wrong paths, right? If you want to be the person that travels the world. I have a friend who just, she had a job in Australia and then just decided to move overseas and become a DJ. And this was many years ago. Now, what is she doing? She's traveling the world with her partner and doing all sorts of events and just exploring and being in the world and just really seeing everything. And that's great. But that's not for everyone, right? Some people would rather do other things like hermit, or not necessarily hermit, but just happy with what they need more than everything else. And it's okay. It's got to be individual for you. So you might be that person that wants to travel the world. Maybe you're someone else that just wants to go on a holiday somewhere. Maybe you want to move country or move states or move cities and just explore a different environment. If you align with your true heart, I want to say heart all the time because it's like align with your purpose. Whatever is feels right to you is really what this reading's about. You don't have to fear of this kind of loss of security or stability, because you're guided to this kind of opening up. Do you want to start assisting? Do you need to connect with your inner child? Like when I say assisting, like helping people, do you want to connect with your inner child to remember how you used to be in a particular light? There's always like good and bad things in every stages in our life. So, focusing on what gave us purpose, what gave us light is really important here. And starting to make that shift. Is it your internal world? Trust your intuition with this. Selenite is very clear. It kind of like I use the selenite to not exactly cut, but just clear any cords or any kind of energy that doesn't feel like it needs to be there anymore. So it's like drop the dreams that no longer align with your purpose now. Something from, maybe 10 years ago was important, and now, is it still important? It's up to you. The blessing here, oh look, 33. You're getting really a lot of like angel numbers or power numbers, I think, in numerology. Just a lot. But the blessings are out there. If you do something and you're worried about security, there's more. There's like, I don't know if it depends on each person, but you can do this anywhere, right? You can do this kind of job in somewhere else or somewhere new if that's what you want to continue with. Maybe it's something more that you were more drawn to, that was a dream kind of job, and working towards that. There's a lot of opportunities, like I say, no wrong path, you're at a crossroads. This is a good thing. Crossroads get us to think and reflect, and you don't have to rush into anything. The base chakra does feel like if you are having issues getting your intuition, ground yourself, however you do that. Placing your hand on your heart and focusing your energy inwards, or even going out into nature. Sometimes food can do that as well, like red beans, or if you eat meat, then red meat, that kind of thing. But whatever is really you're drawn to, whatever feels the right way for you, it's like the blessing is. It's all on, like not all on you, but it's all it's all up to you from here. It's the blessing of choice. We've always got free will, but I feel like now, or coming up for you, power number one is this opportunity for choice, exploration, let's say. And sometimes it's like people think, grass is always greener on the other side. I feel like that is true in this situation. It is kind of greener. Because it's new and different, and that's something exciting, and you can build this foundation. You can still take your strength and your security with you, because that's always within you. That's always like inside you. But this alignment is definitely, while it's aligned with purpose, it does feel like from the core of your being, your soul, your heart. Even Jesus here touching like his center. And here with this light in the center, that's what you come back to. That once you've grounded and understand, not understand what you want, but just like that, then can start thinking clearly. That's when you start reflecting and really seeing who you are, who you were, and who you want to be. I do also want to say that there's no rush for this. Your journey, your path, if you're aligning with like love, light, forgiveness, that kind of thing here, love, light, and forgiveness, it doesn't have to be necessarily forgiveness, right? But just the love and light, or just in your heart space. I know I keep repeating this, but I just feel like you need to hear it again and again. And these numbers coming through are not, there's just 2 6s here too. Like, it's just very clear that your blessing or your gift is the opportunity to change your reality, essentially. Rehash those old dreams. Are they worth holding on to or not? It's got to be up to you in this moment. But like I said, it feels like there's no rush. There's a lot of time. You can move there slowly with this. If it's internally, slowly. If it's externally, you can plan and strategize on how to get there and how you want to be in that position. Just ground your energy and take your time. There's no wrong path. If you make the decision and it's not made for you, I feel like that's the best path for you. Trust your intuition. Little owl here is like, trust your wisdom. You're intelligent. You're smart enough to be able to make these great big decisions, right? And if it feels right and you know it's right, then it's right. Leave the past in the past. And when you need to work through it or process it, do that. But it's time to reflect on really not just the past for every single aspect of it, but what was the the guidance or that you can gain from the past and for the present, so you can get to your place in the future of peace or whatever is your guiding force, your driving force. And that's exactly what I see in your reading today, pile number 1. So I know it's a little short, but it's really clear. It's just a lot of movement and changing directions and just a change, just a change. And it doesn't have to be anything massive like moving countries, but it can be. But it can be something small like changing a mindset to be better to yourself, to look after yourself and do more self-care. It can be anything in this reading. But it does feel like it's something big. It does feel like a big change for you personally, whatever that is. Anyway, thank you again for being here. If you've enjoyed, give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Congratulations on your blessing. Good luck in the future. And I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 2. So today you have chosen the lovely Ruby with increased abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and light of the soul. Really interesting when we're talking about a gift. I feel like there's going to be some interesting touching on like all of them almost. The lucid dreaming's really interesting. But the ones that really stood up was the light of the soul. So we'll see how it comes through. Obviously, it's just one card and there's many cards to read. Okay, so you have Melchizedek with higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Okay, so like I said at the start of the reading, this may be something that you have now, like a gift now, or that's coming up. So maybe there's a little bit more for some of you. We'll have a look. All right, I am presence. Light body activation, assessing the divine within. Okay, okay, so what I was thinking of straight away, especially with light of the soul, this is why that was shining out. You may be going through some kind of initiation. Like in the higher realms, this might be a very spiritual kind of gift. I feel like it's going to be 100% different for every single person watching this. But there's something that's opening up and you're becoming more aware of it. Whatever this is, we'll see if I can get anything. Okay, you've got conscious steps, considered action, looking forward. Okay. This might have been something you've been working on, either subconsciously, maybe a little bit conscious, for maybe your whole life. This might be part of your soul's goal, let's say, and you're reaching a milestone of like the gift is not just the gift is a milestone, but there's something, the gift is within this next checkpoint that you're reaching, because we've got considered action and higher learning, like more. It doesn't feel like a lot more. It's like okay, I'll just explain it like a video game because that's kind of the easiest way I can think of it. But it's kind of like, there's 3 paths to take, and one will give you like a sword, one will give you a shield, one will give you a magic bullets or whatever, magic fireballs. So it's kind of like, which path do I take? But you're coming to an end of one to get that gift, and then there's obviously more because there's lots of exploration to do. But that's kind of how it feels. It's like a crossroads. You've gone in, you've beaten the boss, you've come back, and you've got the sword or the fireball. Grounded. So you've got the goat with grounded. Yep. While this is higher in the higher realms, how do you get something from up there to down here? You know, from above is below, kind of, you know, the stereotypical saying. Ground yourself, ground that energy in, ground that gift, that blessing in. So from up here to down here, because it's already within you. It just needs to be realized and actualized. You also have Raven Spirit with truth, yeah. This is like your inner truth. Something you're becoming aware of, or maybe you already are aware of this. It's really interesting, really deep-seated, let's say. Okay, so let's have a look at your cards, your tarot cards, I should say. Okay, lots of learning. Are you studying something new? I'm not sure. We'll have a look. So you got the page of Earth. So it says scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous. Time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarship. A new area of study. Which is interesting with this because it looks like the raven here is bringing a message, or like this woman is communicating with the raven and it's telling them their truth, but also the truth, if that makes sense. Your guides are sending you messages, for sure. How do you receive the message and understanding? Ground that energy in. Got these higher learning. So if it is as clear as like study, that would be, you know, perfect. You're going to get this blessing of whatever you're applying for, whatever you're trying to expand yourself in. Okay, very nice. I like this. It's very cute. Little baby dolphin and mermaid, I guess. Little merchild? I don't know. But you got the one of water, or ace of water, with a beautiful emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual insights, a love letter, a new home. Hey, these would be great things, right? This love letter, though, it's like these messages, you're working towards something. There's so many things that are popping into my mind. It's like, I guess if your guides could come through, they would be like, this one's for this, this is this. It's like, this is a love letter, this is for romance, this is for psychic abilities, this is for this, XYZ. It's got to be whatever your soul, light of the soul, it's like whatever you decided to open up. And I guess you're getting to a point now in your life where that's coming to fruition. You've reached that milestone by, you know, putting in the work, you've put in the effort, you've taken the steps to get there. By focusing on like however difficult some of these stepping stones were to get here, you've made it. You're still here. Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles. For some reason, this does feel stable with the Four of Pentacles. So it's, remember, just because we're learning lots of stuff up here, maybe astrally or whatever you want to call it, ground it in, because this is supposed to benefit your life on Earth. This is meant to be enjoyed on Earth. Okay, and finally another four. Have the Four of Cups. This is an interesting one too, because it's like the pangolin, I think it's called, is just hanging there. It's just sitting and chilling. It's kind of like either you've been waiting for this, or you're at a point where you've worked, and you're waiting for that message to come through, that person to come through. And that's okay, because you are kind of feathering your nest, I guess. Probably not the nicest kind of message for these little bunnies, but wildlife need to eat, and that's exactly what is happening kind of here in this little depiction. They're holding their abundance down. They're getting they've gone through whatever they've gone through, grounding it in, so that they can enjoy the fruits of their labor. And it feels like it's flowing through right at the end. It's like there was work, let's say, so that you could enjoy this flow. You've gone through whatever you've gone through, so that it can be more smoother in the future. But like I said, also, pile number 2 with the going to that, video game thing with the sword shield Bible. It's like keep open this beginner mindset, because while we might be like specialists in something, if you want to learn other things, you have to be open-minded to learn those, because you might have learned a lot here, but there's this and this here too. There's those 2 other doors to go through that might challenge you differently. And if you want to explore that, that's up to you, of course. So what do I see for you, pile number 2, from here? It does look like the blessing or the gift is like an activation, like an initiation of some sort. Something that you've always had, and maybe before you incarnated, or however you want to believe it. I'm just going to say it from how I believe and how I see it, especially with the cards that have come out, is, light of the soul. It's like the spark was supposed to be ignited, or this gift was supposed to be unfolded now or very soon. So it's like a gift that you've been working towards. Maybe you haven't known what it's called, because it doesn't matter what it's called. It's really just whatever is personal to you, whatever you've wanted for you. That's why it's got here, accessing the divine within. It's something that you've always had, this inner light. And so whatever that is, ground that in. You'll understand it when you ground that energy in. So ground it in, and that's how you see the truth. Like it's right in the center of your reading, and it flows straight through perfectly with this raven and this goat. I do feel like it's going to shake up some things, because there's like some unrequired worry here, but it's just like also like just relax, let it come through. And here it's like, oh well, where do I have all my things before I go into this new journey? It's like you've worked for it, and now it's coming through. That can spark us to be like, oh no, but maybe I'm not ready. You are ready. You've done it all. You've gone through whatever you've gone through to get to here, these conscious steps. You've taken the steps to get here. You're almost at the shore, or wherever you're going, because it's got to be up to you. Whatever path you're on, this gift is coming in. I can't see exactly what it is. That's why I was like, is it this? And guides were like, yes, it's this. And I was like, okay, well, but I can't just narrow it down. So it is going to be individual, but it does feel like it's something you've always worked towards. There's still some steps to take, but you're there. You're, right at the finish line, the last 50 meters of, a 20-kilometer run or something like that. It's going to open up these gifts. And then by staying in this beginner kind of mindset with this page, she's learned a lot, of course. But if you stay in the beginner, you can open up even more. Like this might be emotional for some people. This might be a connection, relationship. It might even be an ability, like psychic ability, or some kind of deep insight into family or relationships. Something that, is uncovered, is messaged through. And how you perceive it is going to be whether you see this as a blessing or a gift. But it does feel like it is something that you wanted to explore. But I will say, I do feel like what's happening up there in the higher realms is definitely for your human, earthly life. It's not just to stay up in the high chakras, let's say, or high astral. It's for what's the what your higher self is working for up there. It's for to be grounded and lived in this world. But no matter what, it does feel good, and it does feel like it's there's been healing probably from the past, and it does feel like it's starting to shine. You're going to see it. Other people may even see it as well, and you'll attract what you kind of put out there. So you put out there, better than everyone else. You kind of get other people that think they're just up there as well, and then you're kind of living. Everyone's living in their ego. But if you do it humbly, or do it in a way that's showing exactly your gifts, your attitudes, that kind of thing, you're going to attract the people that want to work with you, collaborate with you. You're also going to obviously attract people that maybe want to take advantage of that. But you're smart enough, and you've gone through the study and know enough now to discern who's like speaking their truth and who's not. So if that's especially in regards to like passion, love, romance, then you know that you're not going to attract those kind of people that you did in the past. This grounding this energy in might even start to break down walls, which can be a little unsettling and nervous, because the past might have disappointed you, or there might have been worries from things that have happened in the past, but you're moving past this. You're still alive. You know what's true to you. You know how much you've grown and learned, especially with all these rabbits. It's like, it could be just abundance, increased abundance, right? More whatever you're looking for, more happiness, more peace, more love, more money. So many different things, Parnum 2. So that's what I see for you today, Parnum 2. Sorry I couldn't specify specifically what this is, but it does feel like it's personal. And remember, these are pick piles, so there's always going to be some kind of give and take with the information, especially when you go down to specifics. But I will say, when you feel like you're in your higher chakras or in your head a lot, start to ground that energy in, because that will give you the truth of what you need to know, and then start that new path, new beginning, new way of thinking. Mermaids are like mythical, but it's like brand new. There's so much out there. There's a whole ocean to explore. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. And if you've enjoyed, give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 3. So today you have chosen the clear quartz. So just a reminder, we've got the psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, and magnified energy. Really interesting. We're talking about a gift, psychic abilities coming out, kind of a clear, easy, straightforward one. So this might be something that's opening up, or even I feel like with the magnified energies and mental clarity, it's like maybe you always had this, but it's being it's shining, so you're able to see more clearly, or one of the clears, whatever you are kind of already had, it's kind of becoming like a master at, let's say, like mastering it, not like reaching the very top, but just improving and getting that ability to work in a way that's more smooth and natural feeling for you. We'll have a look, because it could be different, but that's just how it felt immediately when I saw clear quartz come out. Okay. So you've got Hilarion with divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Light up. Your light can support others. Yeah, these abilities, whatever you're getting through this gift, it does feel like it's, while it is for you, it's for you to share as well. It's for you to open up and help others around you, and yourself, of course. But honor your sensitivities. If this is something like empath, it's not to make your life harder. It's for you to understand how it works and how you can protect yourself, and how you can move with that ability, and how it can help your life, your day-to-day life, and also help others. You feel like you're going to be helping others for sure. Wow, got heart stores. Sorry, almost bit my tongue. You've got heart stores with all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. Really nice. I don't see this card often, so it does feel like, while it says heart source, it does feel like it's from your soul. So your soul, your heart, is something that's opening up. Even here with the green, right? The green is like the color of the heart chakra. Interesting. You do have up from the depths, releasing difficulty. This one is reversed. I'm going to see exactly what that means, but the highlight is the sun. It does feel like it's clearing some of the clouds. So while it's releasing, I feel like you've gone through what you've gone through to get here. So it may not be like, you know, thinking about it now, you might think, oh, why did I want to go through? Why would I want to go through that? But this has opened this up, your abilities up, this hardship. It does feel like it's internal as well. It's like pointing down. And again, this light. Okay, you have starfish with sensitivity. Yeah, this is feeling like it is something that's opening up that's going to... It's like, how can I put this? It's like an emotional opening. Kind of like you've decided to drop the shields around your heart. And you're letting in these emotions again. Because while it protected you in the past, it's opening up for you to feel again. It's also stopped you from feeling those highs and lows and those emotions, the real emotions. Yeah, this ability or this gift does feel like it's going to open you up to a lot of feelings, but you're at a point now where you know what's true, you know who to open up to, of course, and how, but you're no longer going to block yourself from those feelings and thoughts. Damn, exactly. It's expansion. This is like soul expansion. This gift is like you are growing, you are expanding, not just at a human level, at a soul level. Okay, so we've got Guardian Spirit of Summer, which if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll be coming into soon. You're in spring now. But still, it doesn't matter too much. Where you are in the world, I'm in the Southern Hemisphere. Still hot anyway. So you've got expansion. And that's exactly what it feels like. It's growth. It does feel like huge growth. Heart, source, growth. Opening up those emotions again. That's how you can get this this intuition, by being still and mindful and letting the energy come through to you. And how do you do that? You know, how can the message come through into your heart space when you've got a shield over yourself? Like, yes, you probably needed those walls, that protection in the past, but ask yourself, do you need that now? Okay. And we've got the tarot cards. We'll have a look at these. Yeah, absolutely. Reviewing. So you got renewal. So it's like a refresh. This is the, what is this one? This is the judgment card in the tarot. But I do like its renewal because it's like a review, right? So it's reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Absolutely. Clarity on your life, purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. I love that. It's like, open this sensitive heart. Unconditional acceptance. Just let it flow in. Obviously, not to everyone. If you feel, you know, your intuition's telling you this person doesn't feel right, you don't have to let everyone in. You have the ability to let the right energy in at the right time. And if anyone abuses that and crosses those boundaries, you know when to let them know. Okay, this is very clear now. So you've got the Empress with time to take action, give birth to your dreams, creative projects that will be very successful, not just successful, very successful. abundance and prosperity. You're getting all this extra stuff because you are a good like soul at the end of the day. Like a, you know, the starfish gets cut, it regenerates. You've gone through the healing and recovered. And I just want to make sure that you don't block yourself from your heart because of some bad apples. Okay. It kind of feels like a bit of an emotional reading, but it is, right? It's what we go through in the past can either halt us or can be the fuel, the rocket fuel to like propel us forward. Okay, you've got the stars. So funny. I was about to say the song playing right now is Counting Stars by Novino. This radio station has like covers and stuff, but the star comes out. Literally here, take action, give birth to your dreams. We've got the dreams. What are your dreams? Dreams, you know. Use this ability for what you want to nurture and grow with. What's your dreams? What do you want to expand your dreams on? Okay. And you've got the King of Wands. Yep. Sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just like, it's so clear. Also, there's a lot of mages coming in. This is a big thing for you, which makes sense why you chose the clear quartz, because it's like that magnified energy. It's not just like, you know, when there's happiness, when it's magnified, it's like real happy, you know, lots of happiness for all kind of thing. And that's the kind of opening up your sensitivity. Sometimes I remember people saying, are you sensitive, when they were talking about your abilities? And I guess that's exactly what it is, right? It's dropping the walls, dropping down the shields, dropping down the, you know, shifting the boundaries and letting the energy in. The energy that feels right. Discernment. But the King of Wands knows who he is, knows where he wants to put his power, and is ready to kind of move into that, into those dreams. We've got, you know, these guides here, these kind of little fireflies kind of like lighting the way, it feels like, but also this messenger coming in. It's like coming into your crown chakra. The energy from above is coming into who you are now. It's like grounded in. But the king, it does feel like he can kind of do what he wants. You know, when he puts his mind to it, he can get things done that he wants to do. And also right under the Empress, he can do it in a loving and nurturing way. In a creative way. It's like the passion is there. The strong passion is coming through with this lion, with this King of Wands energy. Okay, so I think I've already like kind of covered everything. But no, there is more here for sure. I do want to read the Up from the Depths. I think there is a message here. So I've just had a quick look at this card for you, pile number 3, and it does talk about, are you giving away your power too freely, or to people that do not respect your boundaries, let's say, because it's time to be aware of that and take note of that. You've gone through what you've gone through. Do not let yourself go back through those lessons, because you will go through learning those lessons if your kind of guide team or whoever, your higher self, is like, have you learned from these particular lessons in the past? Don't let the past be repeated, I want to say, because your gift is something that's like very personal and very heart-based, and you want to continue growing and expanding your heart center in a way that opens up not just abilities for yourself. It doesn't feel like it's just for you. It does feel like it's something that you can kind of offer, and if people ask, you know, that's an important thing here. It's like that you'll draw in the people that are attracted to that kind of energy, and you can collaborate or work with or share knowledge and share energy so that you can move on to whatever's next. Is this an ability? Maybe it is an ability. Maybe it is like empathic ability. It's definitely something like a clear sentience, clairvoyance, clear something like that. what is this? Oh, okay, like automatic writing, because I was seeing this. I was like, what is that? But yeah, like automatic writing or something like that. It's got to be personal to you, right? It's got to be something that you've kind of been working on, but you've got it, and the way you can kind of keep it, let's say, or go to that next level with this ability is by doing the work and removing the boundaries or removing the walls, the shields, the psychic shields, let's say, that no longer need to be there in every situation. Because you're not always under attack. And there's something you can do with it, and it's got to be whatever you put your mind to, but you really do have the energy and strength to do it. Even this Empress is a bit more, not really forceful, but just showing the strength of like feminine energy, because it's giving birth to your dreams, creative projects, being successful. But a time to take action is the first word there. So it's like, you know, these are all action cards, like it's starting to use that for some purpose. Reviewing what you want it to be, how you want it to look, and then going forward with it. But trusting yourself, because it says in your heart, you know what to do. We've got the heart source. So it's definitely something that, you know, if you choose love, whatever that is, if you're choosing your future from a loving place, then it's open to you. It's open. This gift is for you to expand with. That's really the key message and takeaway here. Regardless of, oh yeah, I get like an ability or something like that, it doesn't really matter if it's not going to be used or honored from your heart center. Maybe it's bringing peace into your life, right? You want more serenity and peace. It's honestly going to be whatever your dream was with these two stars being here. And even the starfish, right? It's like a lot of dreams coming up, a lot of work and hardship, turning those challenges into the energy to propel you to where you want to be in the future. And that's exactly what I see for you today, pile number 3. So thank you very much for being here. Congratulations on this. It feels like it's well deserved, and you've gone through what you've gone through to get here. Don't let the past repeat, but also don't let it slow you down from, you know, shining that heart. Okay, if you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 4. So lucky last, you've chosen the rose quartz. I actually have a piece of rose quartz here. Not as smooth as this. It's a bit of a raw chunk. Okay. So it says the message of unconditional love, romance, nourishing and soothing. So very interesting. We'll see what your gift is. Okay. I mean, straight away, it does feel like some kind of spark into a new emotional area, whether that's a relationship or even the next level of your current relationship, if you know what I mean. The next step. What's the next step in that? Could even be just having peace in life. Okay. Oh, interesting. You've got Holy Amethyst with Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Okay. There you go. Okay, Angel. Now we've got Angelic Frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. Okay. Interesting. You also have Emotional Desert. Number 11, another like an angel number. There's a lot of angels coming through for your reading today, pile 4. It says inactivity or isolation, although it is reversed. This reversed is interesting because it feels like from what you've gone through, where you've been, like, if it's an emotional desert, the kind of like, it's going to sound a little bit bad for some of the people, but like if you've come up against like if you're dating, right? And it's been like, where are the decent people, right? It's not like they're bad people that you might have dated, but where's the right person for me? And here's the oasis, and I feel like you've reached it. This is the gift, the point where you're out of the desert and you've found the real oasis. No longer is it like an illusion or starting to give up. It's here and it's close, or you are in it now. You're in the prime position to find someone, or or even because it's like this divine alchemy, mixing energies with someone else. The hardship, the hardship is coming to an end. It's very interesting. We'll have a look. But just so funny. It's like angelic frequency, holy amethyst is the other half, I guess, of twin flame of I think it's Zadkiel, and then an angel number coming through. So what can you say? You've also got cicada with cycles. Oh yeah, have you been through some cycles? And wolf spirit with family. Really interesting here. For some, just with this straight away, it does feel like connections. So if it's not romantic, it's still connections. Family does feel like soul family. It could be also your family on Earth, or meeting someone that finally resonates with you, right? Finally, someone who gets it. Okay. Let's have a look at the rest of the cards. Okay, really interesting. So you got the Knight of Water. Why I say interesting is because it's like, those old, it's not really old, but those romance novels with like, it looks like one of those books with the romance novels. And we're talking about romance, right? Okay, part 4. So we've got, here it's got romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and fickle. Being in love, being swept off your feet, a sudden love affair, a lack of balance in a connection or relationship, it says. Situations or topics that make your heart flutter, a love of art and poetry. Okay. Okay. So 7 of Pentacles or 7 of Earth. Seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future, a need for patience, a time for rest and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. I feel like that's where this comes in. Maybe it was necessary, right? It was necessary to just think about and then release. Sometimes we need to think about some of the cloudy stuff to know, oh, that's our shadows talking. I can release that. That's not my truth or the truth. You have the 6 of Cups, really cute when it's coming directly next to family. It's like that reflection. It's also like a time to understand what you want, like inner child. Not necessarily healing, maybe, but it doesn't really feel like that. It's more like understanding what happened in the past, how you got to here. It's not reliving the past and trying to bring back exactly what was the past. It's like understanding the past to align with your present. The cycles kind of coming in. It's like, what cycles have I been through? Because sometimes it's harder for us to see cycles than looking at someone else, like a family member or a friend, or whoever. We can see them in a loop sometimes and we can try to help them, but they need to help themselves. Nice. And finishing off your reading, you have the Sun. Okay, so what do I see for you, pile 4? I do want to start with this because I feel like this, even though it says family, the message here is very strong. And I feel like some of you are going to not be super pleased with this message. But it's there and it's true, and I feel like it's just a reminder, right? So the wolf spirit says, support is all around you, even if you are not aware of it. Release the belief that you have to do it alone. So I'm going to repeat that because I messed it up. Release the belief that you have to do it alone. You don't. This is a time to heal any rifts in your family. Give encouragement to those in your soul tribe, your family, and your community. Allow yourself to be supported. Yeah, there are people there supporting you. With this angelic frequency, it does feel like soul family. Also your guides, your angels, your the people up there. There are also people down here. You've been supported in many kind of dimensions, if you want to say. There is a cycle here too that I feel like, I'm not getting straight into the gifts because I really want to get this out. But there are cycles here that maybe you're going through and that you're not seeing. And there are soul family or people that you can reach out to even just ask, what cycles do you see me going through? Now, when we're getting to gifts, by understanding this, because this is very key, right in the center of your reading, very key. Even the green is kind of touching on heart space as well. But this will help understand this. And being like, I'm wandering through a desert, there's no one there for me, but you're here. Sometimes it's like, I'm not saying playing the victim, it's just like sometimes we don't see that we are actually at the oasis because we still are stuck in our mind when we were in the desert, if that makes sense. There's a lot of reflection, but there is definitely someone coming in that's going to not necessarily sweep you off your feet. I feel like for those that are looking for love, absolutely. I see that very, very, very clearly. Divine Alchemy does feel like a combination of, not a combination, but like a merge, what am I trying to say? Merging of two souls coming together. But first of all is understanding where you are and who you are, let's say, what the past was, and are you trying to relive the past for some reason? Just understand that, because the gift here is this perfect moment in time where you can break out of this, get out of your own way by understanding the past, but not trying to relive it. So I do feel like the past is important here. But once we get out of the cycle, it allows this person to come in, because someone can't come in when you're stuck in the past, or you're stuck, wanting something that you feel you've planted, you've grown, but you haven't fully fertilized. Let's say you haven't got rid of all the fertilizer, as opposed to like not great words, right? But you know what I mean. Like you've planted what you've planted. But you have to go through the work to see the growth, the change, and to get this. The sun's still in your reading pile number 4. You've got the sun here, this big, huge sun coming out. Maybe it's not massive in the picture, but it's like it's bright and it's lighting up all the areas, exposing all the areas, but showing you the happiness, the gifts, the blessings that you have in your life, the opportunities you have in your life. And showing how you can start enjoying those aspects of life. This potent connection again. If you need to tap into your soul family, people that are maybe not here, like you haven't met them, there are family. It feels like there's someone coming in to assist with this, but you have to reach out, or if they offer it, you have the opportunity to take it. It's up to you, of course, because you have free will. But I feel like this is the blessing. The gift that's coming through is family and connections and understanding the cycles, because like I said, we usually find it really hard to understand our cycles. When I mean cycles, it's like, going through sadness of not being in a relationship, for example, and then here's like the high of, yeah, I'm going to make it, and then you go through a cycle, no, I'm not, yes, I am, no, I'm not, and it's just a cycle, but you might not see that. And I feel like that's going to be exposed. That's going to be shown to you. And once that's dealt with, let's say, or processed or worked through and understood and released, and keep what you need, release what you don't, that's when this person or people, let's say, can come in and assist or be the person that you're looking for, right? Because it's like move beyond current challenges, move beyond the idea that you are stuck, because you're not. And there are people to support if you let them in. And once you let them in, that is when this this connection can come in, this potent, strong connection, whether it is from higher up. I do feel like it's above and below, that kind of saying. It's like you can find them up there in the astral, let's say, and find that person down here in the real world, or in the 3D world, let's say. but it's definitely a huge blessing. And I feel like it's something that you may have wanted for a long time, a long time. And I'm so happy that you've got the support around you. And just know that you don't have to do this alone. There are a lot of people that are kind of rooting for you, right? A lot of people that are there for you in some sense. Or I really do hope so, that's true. But again, I'm just going to reiterate, don't let the past slow you down. Don't let the past dictate your present future. Look at the past with care and compassion to show where you've come from and how you've grown. Because that's the main thing, that's the important thing, because that's how you can see the sun, that's how you can enjoy the happiness. That's how you can see your growth, that's how you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and the efforts you've put in. And that's really what I can see for you today, pile number 4. It's, I know it was supposed to be like a gift, but it's more like a gift of divine timing, if that makes sense. Just with these like numbers and angels coming through, even though this is like the frequency, right? This is an angel, this is the frequency, this is an angel number. There's things that are being lined up, signs being shown to you subconsciously, consciously, that are leading to the sun kind of moment to come into your life. And that's exactly what I see for you today, pile number 4. So thank you very much for being here. I really hope everything works out. Make sure that you do exactly what you feel is right for you. That is the most important thing, regardless of what is said in today's reading, because that feels like it's for your benefit, but there are people supporting you, rooting for you. You've got your team, guide team behind you, 100% in your corner. So thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next reading.